My name's Sarah Lancashire, and in Betty Blue Eyes I play a character called Joyce Chilvers, who is married to Gilbert Chilvers, who is the chiropodist in this small Yorkshire village. In the village, they are about to have what they call a private function to celebrate the wedding of Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip. And of course, we're talking about our Queen, Queen Elizabeth II as we know her now, but in 1947 she was still Princess Elizabeth. And they will be getting married. And so great excitement is happening all around the village. And of course they need food for the banquet to celebrate. And the only way it appears that they're going to get food to celebrate the wedding is to rear a pig. And that, unfortunately, in 1947, to rear a pig, which wasn't licensed, was completely illegal. Gilbert hears about this and falls in love with the pig, really, and decides that he's going to bring the pig home. Because the truth of it is, Gilbert and Joyce are pretty hungry now, because of the rationing, obviously, in 1947. And they could probably kill the pig and eat it for themselves. But, like I said, Gilbert gets to the stage when he rather falls in love with Betty. And so he can't kill her. 1947 life was much tougher for everybody, not just for men, but for women too. Because you had rationing, it meant you couldn't just nip down to the corner shop and buy anything that you wanted to buy. You couldn't just nip out and buy sweets or go and have a packet of crisps. And you couldn't just raid the cupboard at home because you fancied a sandwich, because every item of food had to be accounted for. If you think like what you want to do maybe with your pocket money, and you can go down to the shops in the weekend and maybe you want to go into a shop and buy a new top or buy a new game or something, they couldn't do anything like that. It was a much more polite society, much more concerned about each other, much more careful about the way you spoke. It's certainly a society where people were much more aware of manners as well, and I think that comes through very much in the piece. And you were very, very fortunate if you had a television. That was very rare. In fact, my mum can remember going round to somebody's house to watch the coronation. That's when Queen Elizabeth II was crowned, and she went round to somebody's house to watch the coronation, and about 40 people went round as well, and they all sat in somebody's living room around this tiny, tiny little television and watched it, because it was such a rare item. Most people had the wireless, and the wireless really, as we know it as the radio today, the wireless was most people's entertainment. And if you didn't do that, then you made your own entertainment, and you went out to dances, or you went to dinner dances. And I think people were much happier because they didn't worry about what they didn't have. They didn't have it, and nobody else had it either. So it was a very equal society. The songs aren't just there as a musical interlude, they're there to further the story. They carry the narrative forward. So you'll find that the words actually do tell a story. I've got one here actually, and this is words from the show, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. These are the words, and you'll understand it now. It takes heart, it takes nerve, it takes guts if we're to fight them. Now they're lyrics, but what I'm saying is they may as well just be dialogue, because they really do tell the story as well, and that's what your songs have got to do.